heard this word at least once in your life if you're an international student. Maybe your friend told you about the Erasmus Mundus program, or you just search it up, or you just came out on your YouTube or whatever it is. But I'm sure you know about the Erasmus Mundus, or you've heard about it, but you still have a lot of questions. If that's the case, this video today will really explain in depth all the doubts you might have, and I hope that you really enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome to Ninja Inspiration. Today I'm excited to be bringing you a new video. As you know, every week I make a video related to scholarship, and I give you tips and advices and information about scholarship for young people who are motivated and want to advance their scholarship application and their education career. So thank you for staying tuned today again for a new video. If you're new on this channel, thank you for coming. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back again. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can always get notification about my new videos that come out every week. And also like the videos and share it to your loved ones, friends, people that it might be useful for. Today's video is super interesting because this is something many people have asked me about. About a year ago, I made a video that you can see Erasmus Mundus program, which has a lot of people asking me questions about how to apply, what to do if they're eligible. And I thought, okay, why not make a follow-up video about this video that people are so interested in. So if you haven't seen that video, I recommend you to watch it first. There I explain what exactly the Erasmus Mundus program is. In this video today, my intention is more to talk to you about the program, my experience as an Erasmus student abroad, and why I think every student should try to get an Erasmus experience. So this video will be divided into two parts. The first part of the video, I'm going to tell you about all the requirements, eligibility, and all the information you should know about the Erasmus Mundus program, so you can understand what exactly it is and how you can apply and where to apply. I'll explain the process to you in the best way possible. And then the second part of the video will be more about my experience as an Erasmus student, what I've learned, and how it has really changed my life and changed my mindset. So once you finish watching this video, don't forget to watch the other video where I'm going to explain my personal experience, which I think will be really relevant for you as an international student. For every data I'll be talking about and every information I'll be giving you, I'll be listing some websites that can actually help you in this process when navigating the Erasmus Mundus. So the official website of the Erasmus Mundus, and then some tips that I've been finding about Erasmus Mundus. I'm going to link them all down in the description box down below, so check that out. Well, if you're interested in moving abroad, studying abroad, learning new languages, I think this is the best program for you, the Erasmus Mundus program. Today I'll be telling you my experience about it and everything you should know about the Erasmus Mundus program before you go, and all the questions you've always had, I will try to answer them in this video. So if you're an international student that is looking for an opportunity to study abroad, specifically in Europe, the Erasmus Mundus program is for you because it allows you to have an amazing time of your life while you're studying and making amazing friends and growing your network and also advancing your professional career. So what exactly is this Erasmus Mundus program? So Erasmus Mundus is known as a mobility scheme in the European Union that is suitable for any graduate student all around the world. So this is fantastic because it's one of those programs that allows anybody from any nationality in the world to participate in this program and have a chance to study in Europe. And the most beautiful thing about this program, the one that is for the master's program, is that it allows you to participate in a fully funded master's or even doctorate program for 2 years in at least 2 universities. Yes, you heard me right. In at least 2 universities. Normally they tend to be even 4 universities. That means that every semester, every student participating in the Erasmus Mundus program will have the chance to travel to 4 different cities around Europe. Wow. I mean, if this is, your dream, if it's your dream to travel around the world, while studying, this is your opportunity for you to do so. So you get to study in 4 cities around the world. In the 3 semesters, you are going to study your main program set, and the first semester, for what I know, you're allowed to choose a different city where you'll be able to undertake your thesis. From what I see now, the Erasmus Mundus only allows you to undertake the program for master's degree. If you're interested in the doctorate program, you can only apply for that under other programs that the European Commission has. So the program was launched in 2004, already 16 years. Wow, that's why we have so many Erasmus babies out there. Anyways, so the program was launched in 2004, and the goal is to promote higher education in Europe in a system where students from all over the world can come through a scholarship to study together in Europe. And the idea is to attract top-notch students around the world to come and also have this intercultural exchange between each other. That's the main idea behind the Erasmus Mundus program. So as you can see, when you're applying to an Erasmus Mundus program, the emphasis is not only on the academics, but they really much value the intercultural and international experiences and exchanges and dialogue between people from different cultures and people from different backgrounds. The good thing is that there is a unique system for the Erasmus Mundus program, meaning that on one website you can find the list of all the programs that are funded under the Erasmus Mundus. So you might be interested in studying biology, you might be interested in studying humanities, languages, or even political science. And on this website, as you can see here, you're gonna see all the programs that are offered, and you can see where exactly you'll be able to study. So depending on your interest, you would have to fine-tune the program you're interested in and then decide on the requirements for that. I'm gonna type in Erasmus Mundus list, and this is what appears here. So I click on this. This is the official website of the European Commission. Okay, once you get here to the website, you can see a full list of all the Erasmus Mundus programs, so you can see what you're interested in. What I actually do, which is easier for everyone to do, is to go here and make a search. So you can click here on the field of studies. In my case, I would say social sciences and humanities. And then if you want, you can click the country you would like to study in, or even the university if you know. But I don't normally do this. I only click on the field of studies, and I also click on the year of intake. So in this case, you have to remember that when the application comes out, it's for the next year. So let's say 2021. So once you click apply, you can see all the programs that exist in social sciences and humanities. So in this case, let's say I'm interested in international masters in security, intelligence, and strategic studies, for example. This takes you to the official website of this specific master's program. So as you can see, the main university coordinating this program is University of Glasgow. So that's gonna be where I'm sure you'll be studying for your first year, and then the partner universities are this one. And then you can see a summary of what the master's is about, so you can familiarize yourself with what you're going to be doing exactly. So what you can do is to go back to the list of the catalog, and then you can just copy the name of the program you're interested in. In this case, we said the International Masters in Security. So what I'll do is I'll copy it like this, and then I'll make another search to find this program, and then this is gonna lead you directly to the official website. As you can see, this is the official website of this program. So once you click on it, you'll be able to read the information and see what you have to do for all the application process. Website of the Erasmus Mundus in Strategic Studies. So as you can see, this is what the website looks like, and you can read about the whole program. Interestingly, it says that the program entry for September 2020 is still open, but please bear in mind this is only open for the program. This is not open for you to get the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So many times, many people don't know that the Erasmus Mundus is a program itself that can either be financed by yourself, so you pay the tuition fee, or you can finance it through the Erasmus Mundus scholarship program. What I'm explaining to you in this video is all about the scholarship program, and that scholarship program, the deadline is different to the deadline of the school itself. So in this case, the program is still accepting people to enter for 2020, but you must know that the deadline for the scholarship is already over. And how do you know that? If you click here in this specific example, you can see the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and when I click on this, it takes me to this website, which tells me application for entry in September 2020 will close on Friday 10th January 2020, which means that it's already closed because now we're already in July 2020. But if you already actually want to apply for this, you have to wait for the next intake, which is 2021. And that means that you'll be able to be eligible for 2021. And the good thing about the Erasmus Mundus is that when you get the scholarship, of course, it will cover your fee. So the program fees is actually $4,500 for people who come from the program country, which I explained in the video. And then for people that are out of the program country, they pay $9,000. But if you get the Erasmus Mundus, that would cover this and give you additional income for your studies during those 2 years. And let's get back to the website. So here on this website, you can see that this program will be of 24 months, 2 years, and you'll be taking your program in Glasgow and then Dublin, and you can also choose to study in Prague and then Italy. These are the 4 countries, but then you also have other associate partners, which, for example, for your master's thesis or for your last semester, you can study maybe in Spain or in Regensburg in Germany. So it's a very interesting program. And the same thing I've done for this, you can do exactly the same thing for the other programs that are here. As you can see, there are many other programs you might be interested in. So just do the same thing I have showed you in this process. And the good thing is that every program has its own application process, so it's not like standardized. Kind of like you have to go to the official website of the program you're applying to and then see what are the application requirements. But in general, they tend to be the same requirements, meaning that your application letter, your motivation, your transcripts, your higher education. If you have a bachelor's degree, you need a bachelor's degree actually. You need to have your certificate, the language certificate also, maybe your IELTS or your TOEFL or whatever it is you have. You have to prepare all this documentation. Sometimes when you apply for the Erasmus Mundus, you have to send like a real copy, like hard copy, to the school. So for example, if you're coming from another country out of the EU, that could be a bit expensive because you have to ship it to that country. So just have that in mind when you're applying. And sometimes you will be lucky, you just have to put in your online application and you don't have to sign in a hard copy. But it definitely depends on the program itself and the instructions you have to follow. So decide which program you want to go for and then go to that website and read about all the applications there. You have a better understanding of what they require are exactly. So when you start your Erasmus Mundus application process, don't forget, as I said in my previous video regarding mistakes to avoid when you're applying to scholarship, is to check your eligibility. This applies here again. Check if you're eligible for the program. As we said, the nationality will not be a problem. It's more about if your age or other requirements you have to meet you're eligible for. So check that, and then make like a checklist for yourself of the things you have to submit. As I said, your application letter, the recommendation letters. Don't forget to ask your professors. They tend to ask for 2 application letters, so don't forget to have that and apply for that. And also remember to put your calendar down so you know the deadlines, and don't miss the deadlines, because in that case you would have to wait for 1 more year to be able to apply. So this is a question I tend to get from people, is regarding the eligibility when it comes to the country. So as I said, everyone is eligible, but there is something you have to know. There are 2 categories sort of. So there are applicants that would come from the program countries, aka European countries, so the EU countries, of course also former Yugoslavian Republic, for example from Macedonia, and other countries that are not in the EU, the Balkan region mostly, Iceland for example, even Norway, and also Turkey. So if you're Turkish, you're also eligible to apply to this program. And then the other category would be what they call the partner countries, which are typically the countries I didn't mention before. So if you're not a European, if you're not from Norway, Turkey, and all those countries I said before, you'll be considered partner countries, which is divided into different continents. So if you're from Africa, you're from Latin America, Asia, the Pacific, you would be considered a partner country. But also there's some people out there like me, for example, who would, belong to those 2 categories, meaning that you have the nationality of a program country and also of a partner country. In that case, it's your choice. When you're doing your application, you can choose whichever category you prefer to choose. But also think about it this way, be strategic about your decision. So in that case, according to Erasmus Plus rules, at least 70% of the scholarship they're going to give goes to people from partner countries. And it makes sense, right? They're trying to attract more international students to this program, and they want international students to get funding to be able to study abroad. And the good thing is that if you're a partner country student, you would also get not only the monthly allowance, but also you would get some funding towards you, moving from your home country to the country you're going to be studying in. So that means the fare, that means the travel fare, and also your accommodation would also be taken care of. So now let's get into the juicy, interesting part of the Erasmus Mundus, the money! yeah. So of course everybody applies to Erasmus Mundus because it's an amazing grant for you to, have everything paid for 2 years of your life without worrying about anything while you're a student. So as you know, they cover the tuition fees. So of course these programs have a cost. The fact that you're going to be studying in 4 different cities in Europe, of course, comes with a cost, but you don't have to worry about that. If you're an Erasmus Mundus student, you won't have to pay for anything, which is amazing. And then, of course, they also cover your health insurance, which is very, very great. When you live in a new country, in case you get sick, you have to see the doctor, right? And then they also pay you a living allowance that tends to be about like 1,000 euros for the 24 months you're going to be studying. So have in mind that normally, an academic year is 9 months, but in this case, you'll be getting paid during 12 months, so a whole full year, and you're doing your master's for 2 years, which is typically the duration of the master's program. You'll be getting like 24,000 for the whole duration. That's amazing. That's money, that everybody wants, and want to use when they're doing their Erasmus program. Another thing that also happens that it depends on where you're coming from and how far you're moving from, but they have like a set of like established payment they will give you depending on how far you're moving for your installments. So yeah, you can also check that out for the program, but at least you know that for those 24 months your monthly allowance will be covered. So that is pretty cool, right? So now let's move on to the things that will be required from you when you're applying. Don't forget that especially for international students, if you're more from the European countries, it's basically easier because you already have the documentation, at least the legal papers you need for this. But when you're like an international student, you know that you have to, have a biometric page of your passport, that page that shows your photo, you need that because that's what it's going to be necessary for when you have to eventually travel if you get awarded, so they want to see that. So for those people that don't have their passport ready right now, you better go start getting your passport ready if you're interested in applying for an Erasmus Mundus program. Oh, and by the way, of course, the deadline tends to be January, February, or even sometimes March maximum every year for the Erasmus Mundus program. So my recommendation is that you get all this paper ready, your transcripts, your biometric page of your passport, your certificate, your diploma, motivation letter, whatever it is, that you need, and the references are ready, let's say like from October to December of the previous year. Start getting ready for that. Give yourself enough time because it can be time consuming, especially if you have to pay for some stuff. Get some money ready for all this, fees you have to pay. But eventually, if you actually get the scholarship, it is a once in a lifetime opportunity and it is life-changing. So I'm done talking. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and as always, remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, NinjaInspiration. And as you know, every week I'll be bringing you new videos about so many opportunities out there, scholarship application tips, and every great stuff out there. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Enjoy your day, and thank you so much. Bye bye, and don't forget to be Ninja Inspiration to people's life. Bye bye.